these are all the Microsoft Studio published games I have. Okay, I'm gonna start with original Xbox and go through by console. Okay, so I screwed the video up because I forgot two games and I didn't want to do like that with the Sega and go back and reshoot. So yeah, okay. Halo 2 expansion pack. Okay, Halo 2. Like I said, I know I show there's another video, but like I just don't want to miss anything. Cause I don't know if everybody's gonna see the same video, so I'm being a little paranoid. And then here's the Halo Combat Evolved that was packaged with these when I bought them. And then these two were also packaged together because I thought this had extra maps. But it doesn't. It has the same maps as the other one. I didn't know that when I bought it. I thought they had different maps. So yeah. That's the only thing is trying to buy Halo. Now the one thing I have not found in Halo is a copy of regular Halo, like regular standard Halo, because you have like I said, the platinum hit version is all over the place, and then the game of the year version is all over the place. But I've not seen a default Halo yet. Okay, so and then Fusing Frenzy. Like I said, I know I switched from the other videos. I like I said, I'm having a lot of schizophrenia, a lot of OCD crop. I'm not really thinking with a clear head. Okay, so yeah, if the videos are looking like they're weird content layouts, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm really just trying to, and like I said, here's other platinum hits game I have, label, all chapters, and then we have the two Mech Assault games, as you can see, and these were big Xbox Live games I had back in the day, and that's why I like Xbox. It had a lot of sci-fi stuff, like 'cause here's Brute Force, a sci-fi shooter thing. Um, it's a squad shooter. You have four playable characters. You have a squad. It's kind of like Star Wars Knights Soldier, not Knights of the Republic, Star Wars Republic Mando. And then here's Blinks the Cap, a sci-fi like cartoony type time travel or time. I don't know. It has something to do with time mechanics. I don't know. I hardly played it. I'm not really much of a platformers fan, but yeah, I have it. So you know. All right, next. Um, Going on to sports, we have Forza Motorsports, but this was not their first attempt at a racing game. Okay. Um, I don't know what I did with their first generation. It's right here somewhere. I'll get to it eventually. And then we have, like I said, we had Rally Sport Challenge, uh, NBA Inside Drive, um, NFL Fever, Amp Snowboarding, um, trying to organize these better. I can't like just make it these and nobody even watch them. I just, and like I said, here's maybe some people do watch them. I don't know. Some of them get views. And then here's Top Spin Tennis, which was bundled with NCAA 2005. That's the version I have. I don't know if the game was ever sold separately, but this is the only I ever found it sold. So, um, then we have Inside Drive. I guess technically Inside Drive 2, which has the ones that have this. I don't know if Insignia means you can play these as you play these or not, but the ones that have that SXN are the ones with the multiplayer. If you're wondering if Insignia supports them, I don't know. I don't have Insignia. Um, then you have, like I said, the NFL Fever that supports that because the S, the XSN thing stands for Sport Network, Xbox Sport Network, which you could go online and track your stats and stuff back in the day, which I don't know, like it says. And then here's the one hockey game they made, the one golf game. It's kind of funny. I have this. I have Outlaw Golf 2, and Tiger Woods 2005. And I don't know why I have them. I just do. I don't even know anything about golf. Like I said, AMP 2. Now there is an AMP. The AMP got 3 games. AMP was the one besides Project Gotham that got the most, like, I don't know, the most series besides Forza, as far as these original ones go. And then here's the Sega, not Sega, the Rally Sport Challenge 2, which had the multiplayer. And then here's the launch racing game for the original Xbox. And here's the sequel. And I'll say this: there was another racing game that was launched with it. There was I showed it these last video somewhere. It was one with a track racer. There were people racing like on foot. There was that, and there was a Need for Speed for it, which I cannot find. I have. I think there was a Need for Speed. No, was there a Need for Speed for it? No, there was more than that. There was a test drive game, a 4x4. There was all kinds of racing games for this thing. That's like the two biggest things on Xbox is shooters and racing games. Very few RPGs. Okay, now we're going to 360. Okay, we're gonna go with 360 stack next. Like I said, this only got 2 games: Fusion Frenzy 2. Then we have Connect Adventures. And I haven't got to play that because I'm on 3rd floor and nobody likes, you doing stuff like that on 3rd floor. So, or second, my other apartment, I was 2nd floor. It only had 2 stories, but same thing there. So yeah, I've never got to play these because if I start stomping around, the guys below me are going to complain because that's just the way it works in an apartment building. That's what I hate about them, or at least being on the upstairs part of the apartment building. And then here's Connect Sports 2, um, Fable Anniversary, Fable 3, and I have 2 copies of this. One with the dust jacket, one without. So you know, um, and the reason I have 2 copies is actually I don't know why I have 2 copies of Perfect Dark. I do not know why. I just somehow got 2 copies. I don't know. The Halos were giving me load issues on one of my Xboxes, and so were the Fables. The Perfect Dark, I do not know why I have 2 copies of this. And it's the same as that copy. I don't know why. Weird. I don't know. And then we have the this was a packing game for one of the consoles that Banjo-Kazooie and Viva Pinata. Um, then you had Cameo Elements of Power, which was a game just like Beyond Good and Evil. People want a sequel to, but nobody's gonna do that. Kind of like Half-Life 3. Games the public clearly wants and developers clearly don't want to make because they are either out of ideas or they're lazy. Want to take your pick. But if they made any of those with a modern developer studios now, Gordon Freeman would probably be gay. Or heck, half these characters would probably be gay with the way Microsoft's being run or any of these studios. Your heroic lead would probably be some homosexual, gender swapped weirdo. Alright, and then, like I said, I know I showed you guys this, and like I said, I have 2 copies of all the Halos, or like I said, Halo Wars, Halo Reach, Halo ODST. Like I said, I know I did another video separately for Halo, but like I said, I am just trying to battle the voices in my head, and they're not I'm not doing very well at it. This game right here doesn't play that well if you don't have online. So without Halo Waypoint, the game doesn't really work. But by the time I bought it, I didn't know that. This works fine without Waypoint though. I mean, you can still play the game and beat it. Just like, but also there's like a software thing for this too. There was a tablet app that's also gone too. So you can't 100% this and you can't 100% Halo Anniversary Collection as far as achievements go because they're linked to apps that no longer exist. I guess I'd Fable 2. Like I said, the Fables and the Halos will give me disc read errors on the 360 Slim S that I had. So that's why I bought a 360 Slim E, and that's kind of how that is. Um, then we have Forza 2, the only one I have that has all its DLC. Forza Horizon, the only Forza Horizon I have because the rest of them are like 90 bucks. And I tried playing it. I'm not really a big fan. I like Forza. I can't believe Forza Motorsports is dead though. And here's the Forza Motorsports 4. Alright, and here's Project Gotham 3 and Project Gotham 4 and Amp 3. Okay, that's all that. Okay, that's all that for that stack. I have a few more stacks here. Like I said, more Halo. Like I said, I was having disk read errors. So I thought it was a disk, and it was a disk kind of because certain ones of these games will install in the us. I mean, I'm sorry, install. Yeah, they won't install in the 360 us, but they'll install in the 360. I don't know what's going on there. Like the Fable you saw in the single Fable 2 in the single case, it'll work on the S, but it won't work on the. It's weird. I don't know. It's like a code error or something with the disk. And there's another Halo Reach, another Halo Evolved, Forza 3 and ODST. And the reason I got this because I wanted Forza 3. Like I said, the consoles are weird. Some of these games, the 360S will read, some the 360E will read, and I don't know why. And they both have the Kinect, and the only difference is and they both have 500 gig hard drives. The only difference is the S does not have an internal 4 gig memory, and the E does. That's the only difference in the two of them, really. Well, that and the AV cables, and there's, you know, Halo and Babel 2. Like these two, this version will only work in the E, but won't work in the S. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. And then here's, Halo 4. And like I said, Gears of War. Gears of War 2. Like I said, most of these games you're seeing in the single box will not work in the E. They'll only work in the S as far as it installing them. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. And like I said, I only have one copy of this because just like Halo 4, I don't really care about it. It doesn't really make sense lore-wise, so it's just there. I got it to try. I didn't like it. Like I said, this is another double bundle. Like I said, the double bundle games work on the E360 fine, but they won't work on the S model. I don't know what's going on there. If anybody knows, I'd like somebody to drop me an answer. Again, Gears of War 3 again. Okay. And then we have, trying to rearrange these. We have Crackdown. The only game I have where you play a cop besides SWAT. Crackdown 2. Okay. Like I said, Connect Adventures. And this is the rest of my Connect library. I have another Connect. And just so you know, the Connect Adventures and Connect Sports games, there are two of each of those came with the consoles when I bought them off of Walmart. So they were just like packaged with both consoles. Well, kind of. Both of them came with the Connect Adventures and a Connect Sports, but one of them came with Connect Adventures, Connect Sports, and that Forza Horizon I showed you, which was the E. And, there's Connect Sports 2. Then, like I said, Fable. Like I said, the games you only see one copy of are just games I don't really care about. And then, because everybody says if you have a Connect, you have to have a dance game. So this was like $2 on Amazon, so I grabbed it just to have a dance game. Again, can't play them on the third floor because guys below me will bitch and yell at me over it. So hopefully when I get the ground floor, I'll get to play these Connect games. But until then, I can't. Then we had Gears of War Tactics for Xbox One. We're going to Xbox One now. I know I showed you guys this a few minutes ago, but yeah, Gears of War Rare Replay. And we have, oh, dang it, I dropped it. Ah, fuck idiot. We have Gears of War 4, Gears of War 5, Halo Master Chief Collection. Like I said, this is just me trying to deal with the voices in my head, okay? And then Gears of War 5, Gears of War Halo 5, Halo Wars 2, Halo Infinite. And I don't know if this really counts as a Microsoft. It says Microsoft Studio on it. It's from Crytek, Son of Rome. I played a little bit of that. That's alright. That's a launch game. And then I have Crackdown 3. And here's a lost stretch, okay? We got Forza 6, which is the only one of these I got to get DLC for. I did not have any. The only Forzas I have DLC for are Forza 2 and Forza 6. Then we have Forza 5. And then we have this ugly duckling, which I got from GameStop, Forza 7. And there, that's it. That's everything Xbox I have. Everything. Just because the voices in my head won't shut up. I hate being schizophrenic. I take my medicine, but I'm under so much stress with this housing stuff I can't get the voices to shut up. I just watched a whole video on YouTube about Surge's motorcycle event or whatever. I hate I hate this. I hate it. I hate having the uncertainty of not knowing what I'm supposed to do next. I probably just need to take a nap. Because I probably sleep through the episode, it'll probably go away. Cause I'm even probably having it because I didn't get much sleep last night. Because the joint pain and my legs and my wrist were keeping me up. That's probably why I even feel like I do. I probably just need to let him take a nap. Instead of making all these videos trying to take the edge off. Hope if I had some people to talk to or some friends to socialize with, then I wouldn't have the edge to begin with. Because isolation as a schizophrenic sucks. Especially when you don't sleep because you've been in pain all night. And the bad voices won't shut up saying the whole planet wishes you didn't exist. And like I said, I'm not in danger. I'm not gonna, I'm not a self-harm type of schizophrenic. I'm just saying the way people are making me feel lately is feel like the whole planet hates me. Okay, because I don't have any friends on my friends list or anybody to connect with. Okay, and the voices are the ones making me feel that way. And you kind of do feel that way when everyone around you is married and going on vacations and doing things with their wives and kids and spouses, and you kind of feel like the whole world hates you, especially when you're trying to do something as simple as keep housing when you're dealing with a landlord who's an a-hole and doesn't like schizophrenics or disabled people, and everyone you're reaching out to for help say they don't know when they'll be able to help you, whether it's the easy housing people or the government guy who's in the fair housing office or whatever. I wish one of these groups would just tell me my next step.